This is a presentation of Learfield. Bally Sports Florida and Gator Vision. This is the Gators Basketball Preview Show, presented by Tower Hill Insurance. Now, here's the voice of the Gators, Sean Kelly.
Hi, and welcome to the Gators Basketball Preview Show. It's that time of year. The season is right in front of us, so it's time to start looking at what both the Gators men's and women's basketball teams are set for in 2022-23. I'm Sean Kelly, and we're joined here initially by the new head coach of the men's basketball team, Todd Golden. Coach, greetings to you. Welcome to Gainesville. I can't imagine what a whirlwind it's been for you since springtime.
It's been a crazy time, but fortunately, I feel like we had a really good start with the spring and summer, and excited about where we are heading into this first season. This
is the time of year to say Happy New Year and be excited. All hope is eternal at the start of a basketball season, but surely for you in the start of a new program as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, to be able to run a program at a place like Florida, you know, is a really great feeling. And like I said, you know, we feel like we're in a good spot for year one, and feel like we can do some damage this year.
There's a lot of from scratch with regard to the Gators. Only one starter returns from last year's team. You bring in an entirely new coaching staff, obviously, as well. What was it that went into the building of your staff, I guess, starting with Corey and Kevin and Carlin, too?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was really important for me to surround myself with people that I knew and trusted and aligned with, not only from a basketball perspective, but an off-the-court perspective where, you know, we can really lead these young guys. And fortunately, getting Carlin was huge. You know, I started my career with him at Columbia back in the day. Almost, you know, kind of a mentor for me and someone that I just know is a very well-respected guy with great experience. You know, worked with Coach Kruger at Oklahoma for 5 or 6 years, and a great big man coach. You know, someone that's already been really, really helpful for Colin and Jason. So getting him was great. Corey, really, really talented on-court coach with the guards. Been in the league for a long time with Ben Howland at Mississippi State, someone that knows the South really well. A great recruiter. And Kevin, a guy, really close friend who's been an offensive coordinator of mine back to my San Francisco days, does a really good job completing our staff.
Coach, what was the favorite thing for you in building a roster that you have set to go here for the opener?
You know, getting Colin Castleton back was a great starting point for us. You know, getting here, initially meeting with the team, and Colin not sure that he was going to come back was a little worrisome at first. But when we were able to get him back, it gave us that great centerpiece to build around and really laid that foundation to allow us to go out and surround him with other really talented guys like Kyle Lofton, Will Richard, and Alex Fudge, Trey Bonham out of the portal, as well as a lot of great players that were already here in the program. Guys like Kwesi Reeves, Myron Jones, Jason DeTobo, and the rest of the guys. And so we were able to put together a really nice team.
Well, Coach, you mentioned at the top of the conversation is Colin Castleton, an experienced, dynamic big that did go through all of his senior day rituals, but finds himself back here for his 5th season. Just in what you've observed on the practice floor, what is it about Colin that strikes you, what sets him apart from other players at his I guess, at his position group?
Yeah, you know, he's one of the best front court players in America. And I think whenever you can say that you have someone like that on your roster, it gives you a lot of confidence as a coach to be able to put a good team on the floor. Really, with Colin, he's done it from a basketball perspective, averaged close to 17 and 10 last year here at Florida. But what I've been most impressed with since I got here was he's really done a great job leading this group. He's put a lot of time and effort in and been a great leader vocally, but also by example. Done a really good job with his body. He's in the best shape he's ever been in terms of his basketball career. And, you know, he's really going for it this year. He came back with the intention to get this program back in the NCAA tournament, and he's doing a really good job leading these guys that way.
I know it sounds old school, but Florida's going to have a dynamic high-low opportunity here, that point guard center type dynamic in the transfer that you get in Kyle Lofton. What does that look like so far? What do you hope it to be?
Yeah, you know, I think the two most important positions, you know, on the basketball floor is obviously the center and the point guard position. They're kind of your bookends to your team and to your roster. So getting Colin on board and back was huge, but we knew we needed a kind of an alpha at the point guard position, someone that could handle the ball, run the team, and keep us organized. And, you know, Kyle really fit the bill that way. He had great success winning games at St. Bonaventure. I think he had around 1,600 points, 600 assists over his career. One of the toughest players in America. And to be able to get him and pair him with Colin, it just kind of gives us that 1-2 punch of kind of senior leadership along with guys that have done it before. That gives us confidence at this level that we can be successful.
Todd, do you play fast when you have a combo like that, or can you grind, or is there the luxury of somewhere in the middle?
I think you can do a little bit of both.
Okay.
You know, we want Kyle to push the ball whenever we have the opportunity in transition. You know, with athletes and guys that can really run the floor like Alex Fudge, you know, you can find some easy baskets in transition. But having a great point guard that can play out of the pick and roll, having a great center that you can play out of the post with, it allows you to be effective both in transition and in the half court. And there's going to be a lot of times in the SEC where we're going to have to grind out games in the half court, and having guys like that can go get you a basket, it's really important.
The Gators last year did not shoot the three-point ball very well. In a lot of ways, it led to the fact that they did not return to the NCAA tournament. Coach, when you look at your wings, guards too, and I guess we have to include Colin in this conversation, can this and will this be a better three-point shooting team?
Yeah, it needs to be. It better be. And I think one of the things is we got to make sure we're taking the right ones. You know, I've always been a coach that wants my guys to shoot good open threes, but at the same time, we can't do it at the expense of our percentage. We got to make sure we're getting the most efficient opportunities we can. So we want guys like Will Richard, Kawasi Reeves, Trey Bonham to really hunt three-point shots. Myron Jones is in that mix as well. But at the same time, we got to make sure that we're really efficient in the shots that we take. So we'll drive that three-point attempt number down a little bit to make sure we're getting more efficient shots and shoot a better percentage.
Sounds great. It's almost time to open the season. That opener for the Gators is going to be on November the 7th. Stony Brook will be here, and it begins, Todd, a really busy month of November game-wise for you guys that will take you not only here through the state of Florida, but all the way out to Portland, Oregon before it's all said and done.
Yep. You know, obviously starting with Stony Brook on November 7th. We've had that date circled for a long time, and it'll be the first time that we have a lot of new faces together. So I'm anxious to get to that first game and see how we compete. And then we back it up with a Kennesaw State team that's really improving. And then we get Dusty May, a former assistant here, brings his FAU club in on a Monday night, which is going to be a really tough game. They're really good, senior-laden program. And then we go up to Tallahassee and we'll play Florida State in a really good test before we go into the Phil Knight Invitational out there in Oregon.
Absolutely. Whether it be as you're in your time as a head coach in San Francisco, or an assistant in the SEC, or even back as far as your playing days, the month of November should be what? Do you have a certain philosophy about what can and should be done in that first month?
Yeah, you know, I think you want to have your best foot forward and ready to go. You know, every game matters in college. Every game matters in regards to your net. Every game matters in terms of where you're going to be ranked in the NCAA tournament if we're fortunate enough to make it. So, you know, I want our team to be ready to go. And it's not one of these things we're going to kind of feel our way through the month of November to make sure, you know, we want to be ready to go by November 7th and try to put our best product out on the floor by then. So we're really focused on doing that over the past couple weeks, you know, leading into their first game here next week, and we'll see how we go.
Coach, here we go. Good luck to you. All the best.
Thanks, Sean.
Florida Gators head coach Todd Golden. Stay with us. More to come as we get you ready for the start of the new season.
The Gators Basketball Preview Show is brought to you by Tower Hill Insurance. Tower Hill Insurance has been protecting Florida's homes and businesses since 1972. To protect your castle, look to the Tower.
I had my first heart surgery when I was 11 days old.
My heart was failing.
It was an acute aortic aneurysm.
I was flown to UF Health.
I always felt like I had a belt around my chest.
I needed a heart transplant.
UF Health
Saved my life.
This is my LVAD, and it's the reason I'm alive.
I can run, I can play basketball.
Their expertise was amazing.
Thank you, UF Health.
I'm engaged, I'm in love, and I have a brand new heart.
May today be a day for golf. Or at least for getting outside. May your ball always be easy to find. Oh, look, there it is. May the friends you choose and the hard seltzer you choose make up for the club you chose. And may one round for the ages lead to another. High noon. Sun's up.
Tower Hill Insurance has been protecting Florida's homes from hurricanes, floods, and fires for over 50 years. Tower Hill has helped Floridians weather it all, and rest assured, we'll be here for 50 more. After all, Florida is our home too. Tower Hill Insurance Exchange is your reciprocal insurance company, offering insurance policies designed by and for Florida's homeowners. Why? Because we're here to stay. To protect your castle, look to the Tower.
Jeffrey, what are you doing?
Well, I'm joining the band, of course. Since Meldon Law is the official law firm partner of the Florida Gators, I want to help.
Dad, we're litigators. Let's stick to helping people in the courtroom.
Well, can we still hang out and jam a little bit? At Meldon Law, we won't back down.
May the right company turn any lake into a great lake. May true friendship be found in hard-to-reach places. May the toughest part of your day be deciding which arm to carry the cooler with. May you ditch malt-based hard seltzers for one with real vodka and real juice. And may high noon not just be a time of day, but the perfect way to enjoy it. High noon, sun's up.
Tower Hill Insurance has been protecting Florida's homes and businesses since 1972. To protect your castle, look to the Tower. To learn more about Tower Hill Insurance, visit THIG.com.
No nights off, bro. Every game, all right, we're attacking that thing like it's the national championship, all right? So let's have that sort of focus. Let's communicate a little better today.
New coaches have been great. My relationship, I've grown with all the coaches. With Coach Golden, talk a lot of basketball. Coach Hartman, that's my guy. I talk to him almost every day. He helps me with stuff outside the court, not just on the court.
He has a good approach about him, he's super energetic. He doesn't sugarcoat anything, like he tells you how he feels, and you just gotta understand that he's doing that out of the kindness of his heart, and he understands like he wants every player to be as best as they can, and he just helps Coach Golden with whatever he needs.
Coach Harvey, talk a lot of offense. Coach McCray, like those are all good guys.
I feel good about this group. I feel good about our coaching staff. I feel like we're gonna have a really good year. I feel like we got a great group of guys. If there's one thing I can say about this team, is that they're coachable, they work really hard, and they consistently are working hard every day.
Practice is really good. It's high pace, high energy.
Time to compete! Ready, go! Let's go, let's get moving, man. Let's go, Biggs, let's go.
A lot of talking, a lot of yelling, a lot of clapping. Anybody who's in there knows.
Good, drive it, down, Trey. Let's go, make shots.
Everybody has to come with the same approach every day because, one bad day shouldn't lead into another bad day. So, we're just trying to have the same energy every day.
Better. Good job.
And we have talent. We have some veteran guys with Colin Castleton and Kyle Lofton and Myron Jones.
Kyle Lofton's a really good point guard, and I'm super excited to work with him, and I think he's going to do a lot of good things this year.
Being like the lead guard, I'm surrounded by a lot of shooters, obviously surrounded by Colin. He's probably one of the best big men in the country.
I think we are going to be a good duo. He's a very established player, experienced player. He's a leader. He tells us where we need to be on the court.
I think my skill set fits in because I'm that point guard that's going to get my teammates shots. The shooter's not good if they're not getting any open shots.
CJ has impressed me a lot because he's just better all around. I feel like he has his name on the court that he can't do.
Trey's being more vocal. He's learned how to be more vocal now. He can't be quiet now. It's like he has to talk, demand stuff. So I think that's definitely helped him out a lot.
Gators fans, what they can expect this year for this season is a great style of basketball. We're gonna throw alley-oops, we're gonna get dunks, we're gonna shoot threes. We got great athletes, we got great skilled guys, and we're gonna play as hard as we can and dive on the floor to make you guys proud.
Just new guys, new staff, just bringing in a new culture and then trying to build it from there.
I'm excited, just for the fans, I love having the fans around. Uplifts the whole Florida, the whole Gainesville.
Crazy, I still get goosebumps when you talk about it. I'm just super excited, cheering us on, and I think we're gonna have a really good year.
Hey, really good job today. All right, really good job. It's impressive the way you guys have picked up the stuff that we're teaching, that we're putting in. And that's the benefit of having a smart team, man. It's the benefit of having guys that have great basketball IQs, all right? And with that, really excited about all the things we'll be able to do.
Family on three, 1, 2, 3.
Coming up, we'll check in on the women's team and visit with head coach Kelly Ray Finley.
The Gators Basketball Preview Show is brought to you by Tower Hill Insurance. Tower Hill Insurance has been protecting Florida's homes and businesses since 1972. To protect your castle, look to the Tower.
Everybody needs help finding that perfect gift for the perfect occasion, even Florida Gator fans. International Diamond Center is here to help with all of your fine jewelry needs from the largest selection of top designers. From watches to bracelets to rings, let our expert team find the right piece for you. So take your shot and score big with us. With 10 locations around Florida, find your perfect match at International Diamond Center, the official jeweler of the Florida Gators.
Tower Hill Insurance has been protecting Florida's homes from hurricanes, floods, and fires for over 50 years. Tower Hill has helped Floridians weather it all, and rest assured, we'll be here for 50 more. After all, Florida is our home too. Tower Hill Insurance Exchange is your reciprocal insurance company, offering insurance policies designed by and for Florida's homeowners. Why? Because we're here to stay. To protect your castle, look to the Tower.
I was driving to work and my heart stopped. I felt a pop in my chest.
My heart was an AFib.
My heart was failing.
I had a heart attack at 49. It was an acute aortic aneurysm.
I could not breathe.
They took me to UF Health.
Without my new heart, I would have died.
UF Health
saved my life.
I have a new baby boy. I have a lot to live for.
May the right company turn any lake into a great lake. May true friendship be found in hard-to-reach places. May the toughest part of your day be deciding which arm to carry the cooler with. May you ditch malt-based hard seltzers for one with real vodka and real juice. And may high noon not just be a time of day, but the perfect way to enjoy it. High noon, sun's up.
This is the Gators Basketball Preview Show, presented by Tower Hill Insurance. Now, here's the voice of the Gators, Sean Kelly.
Welcome back to the show. Let's turn our attention now to Florida women's basketball. And with that, we're joined by the head coach, Kelly Ray Finley, right here on the eve of the season. Coach, always an exciting time, not just for any coach or program, players too. It's that sense of all is new again. I'm curious as to how you feel here as we get set to start the new season.
Excited. It's finally here. Our student athletes and staff has been working tirelessly over the summer to, continue to build on where we left off last season. But within that, every year is a new year. Every team has new bright spots and new challenges, and we're really looking forward to competing with each other this season.
What was characteristic during the preseason practices, training camp, if you will, leading up to the opener?
Oh my, there's a lot of get to know you, right? And in that, how do we compete with each other? How do we connect? How do we communicate? How do we do all of those things here at Florida to the best of our ability? And then how do we create the environment that we want? Really honing in on that. I think that has, really helped us to excel in a lot of ways early on.
Fans will recognize some of your returning players, 3 starters in particular from a season ago, but 4 very impactful transfers from other Power 5 programs. Is that a part of what you were describing as far as the getting to know you part?
Yeah, most definitely. I think our 4 transfers are highly talented in combination with our 2 freshmen and our 1 newcomer that is a sophomore, Paige Clausen. And so with so many new faces, the one thing that we do know is that they're all competitors. They want to win. They want to do their best. And they really deeply care about each other, which is pretty cool to see.
I know you'd like to have all the answers, but when you're mixing like you are right now, there's probably uncertainty, but maybe in a good way, competition for starting spots and minutes all along the way.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that our team is really bought into earning what they get. But also what's unique about this group is trying to figure out where our advantages lie and taking it game by game. We have a very unique roster, which allows us to play a lot of different styles, which as a coach is a great, great feeling, right? That we can adapt and adjust to create an advantage that serves us well in almost any situation that we might face.
Yeah, could be very opponent specific along the way as well.
Most definitely.
Yeah. With regard to point guard, I'm hearing things, a nice position battle, particularly at that position.
Yeah, with Kiki Smith graduating and going on to her professional career, that is a hole that I think a lot of people on the outside see. between, Zippy Broughton had a tremendous summer for us, right? And now her role will be in leadership, and what does she see, and how does she bring us together, and how does she challenge us from the seats she's in? And then you have Alberta Rimdahl, we call her Birdie, who just excels, right? And she's really finding her voice. She understands the game. Her basketball IQ is so high. You have KK Deans, who's coming off an injury, transfer from West Virginia, who brings a totally different style. And then within that, it's kind of extra fun. You have Aaliyah Matharu able to step into that position, as well as, Nina, if you need her to bring the ball up, she has the ability to do that. And then Leilani Correa from St. John's has the same ability. So it's really fun to be able to play people in different positions and different roles. Again, like I said before, to create that advantage.
Coach, the schedule presents some nice matchups, some real challenges, and there are a couple of standout dates. I can't help but think what it'll be like for your club to be in Charlotte for the Jump Man against Oklahoma, another traditional program. There's the SEC opener that'll come very quickly here in late December against Tennessee. Your thoughts on a couple of those marquee games, and what else do you like or maybe find challenging with regard to your schedule?
I think our schedule is challenging. Every way that you look at it, between Green Bay and Houston, two tournament teams with great tradition, and then to play two in-state Power 5 schools in Miami and Florida State. I'm not sure when the last time that happened. That's big time. And then to turn around and go to play Oklahoma in Charlotte, like you said, before the break, leading up to our SEC opener. I'm sure we have plenty of challenges ahead of us. But if I know one thing about this group, we're resilient and really determined to continue to grow.
It'll all start with that game against Florida A&M, the start of the regular season schedule. You'll have the exhibition games too. Are you the kind of head coach that really likes to use basically those November games to figure out your rotation? Is that your time in the lab per se?
Maybe. We do a lot of scrimmaging and practice though as well. We do a lot of game simulation. We want to limit chaos. We want to have kind of practiced or put ourselves in a situation that we might see in almost any scenario. But I think the preseason for us will be largely focused around learning how to play with each other. Learning the timing, meshing well together, again, with our connection and our communication, which should serve us well once conference season starts.
Very good. Happy New Year, Coach.
Thank you.
Yep, Kelly Ray Finley, head coach, Florida Gators women's basketball. More on the women's team coming up. Stay with us.
The Gators Basketball Preview Show is brought to you by Tower Hill Insurance. Tower Hill Insurance has been protecting Florida's homes and businesses since 1972. To protect your castle, look to the Tower.
I had back pain.
I felt flushed.
I didn't have any normal symptoms.
I had congestive heart failure.
I had a heart attack.
The pain took my breath away.
My doctors referred me to UF Health.
I was in the ICU for 5 days.
My heart stopped 3 times.
I received a pacemaker and a defibrillator.
I had 75% blockage.
And I trust them with my life.
I'm back and I'm loving time with my grandkids.
May today be a day for golf. Or at least for getting outside. May your ball always be easy to find. Oh, look, there it is. May the friends you choose and the hard seltzer you choose make up for the club you chose. And may one round for the ages lead to another. High noon. Sun's up.
Tower Hill Insurance has been protecting Florida's homes from hurricanes, floods, and fires for over 50 years. Tower Hill has helped Floridians weather it all, and rest assured, we'll be here for 50 more. After all, Florida is our home too. Tower Hill Insurance Exchange is your reciprocal insurance company, offering insurance policies designed by and for Florida's homeowners. Why? Because we're here to stay. To protect your castle, look to the Tower.
The Gators Basketball Preview Show is brought to you by Tower Hill Insurance. Tower Hill Insurance has been protecting Florida's homes and businesses since 1972. To protect your castle, look to the Tower.
The Florida Gators come all the way back and steal it from the Vanderbilt Commodores.
Let the celebration begin in the Music City.
The success that we had last year is playing a part, is building like a foundation block for us. We made it pretty far, but I feel like we wanted to go way further, and I feel like we had the ability to. We've been there, we know what it takes, we know what we have to sacrifice, and we're all willing to put it on the line just to go further and just give it our all.
Coming here meant a lot. It just was a different atmosphere for me. First from West Virginia to Florida, the weather change was nice. Coach Kelly was just very comforting and persuasive to me, just to take my game to the next level and get to where I want to go.
She's picked up on the plays a lot, so she's even taught me some new ways to see in the game, so I feel like she's brought a fresh set of eyes, fresh energy. She's ready just to go get after it, and I just feel like that's really what we needed in this program, so I'm really grateful that she came here.
We spent a lot of time, working together and making sure we're on the same page, and we just take that time to get to know each other also outside the court, so on the court it's just easy.
Honestly, we've blended very well. You can tell that we've had 6 new people, just the way our chemistry is on and off the court. Even though we do have the transfers coming in, they still play a very important role in our program.
The returners are being who they need to be, which helps people like me, like a senior that's trying to just come in and find a place and find a voice. Practice is high energy. There's a lot of high energy players in there.
So you would just see a lot of laughs, a lot of smiles, but of course a very different competitive side. I feel like the new coaching staff that we have here, we compete, we point out all areas of aspect for improvement, so it's just a lot of learning.
Okay, shot, hit, pursue.
Even if one day it might feel like we're gonna have a slow practice, there's somebody in there that has energy that's gonna build us up, and we all just take that and we get through adversity so well, and we get better every day. We feed off each other, and it's just fun playing with everybody.
I've been really working on my ball handling skills, so just letting everybody see, all the hard work I've been putting in, and with the help of my teammates and the coaching staff, just to see, just a different side of my game. And I'm just looking forward to just, keep working and keep improving on all areas.
I'm very excited for Gator Nation. I'm excited to hear that feel of being a Gator, just seeing the atmosphere. But yeah, just to be a part of it is a blessing.
Gators fans can look for a whole new side of competitiveness to women's basketball. I feel like we have a lot of players on our team who are just willing to get out there and just get down to it, and I feel like that is what the Florida program has been missing in the past, so I'm just really glad we're able to put that to show for our fans coming up this season.
And with that, it's time to start the season. I hope you're ready. I'm very excited, as both the men's and women's team will open with a doubleheader at the O'Connell Center on Monday, November the 7th. The women will be taking on Florida A&M. The men will open up against Stony Brook. I'm Sean Kelly. Until next time, go Gators.
This was a presentation of Learfield. Bally Sports Florida and Gator Vision.